humble me more and more. The heights just a grow and the bliss just a show, and humble me more and more. The more that I learn, show the little that I know, and it humble me more and more. The truth set me free and then carry.
Good day, family. I hope everyone is doing well today. If you hear any like funny noises in my background, it's either one of two things. It could be my cat, she's in heat, and my patio door is open so to let the breeze in because it's a bit hot tonight. But I just want to get on this real quick. This video just surfaced of Kanye West saying that he believed, slavery was a choice. I'm gonna play the video that was released by TMZ. I hope that they don't block this video for copyright. If they do, then that would be very disappointing. If they block their video of my video, I will put a link in the description box to the video, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and play a bit of that, and let's hope that it remains in the video.
I don't think people necessarily understand what happened last week with the Make America Great Again hat. What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had, like people were taught how to think, we're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. I just love Trump. That's my boy. It's like so many rappers. You'll look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community. Yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race. Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. Bro, you gotta be responsible, man.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
No, I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Your voice is too big. You got.
Okay, so you guys just saw that video of Kanye West, talking to the virgins of TMZ, and then the black virgin standing up to him after he said his opinion. Really and truly, to me, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and Kanye West has been, off the wall for some time now. He has always been a controversial artist, and I feel like people, as I said in my previous video, Kanye West, Candace Owens, Stephen Clark, do they matter? Kanye West is a person with a lot of money, okay? He should not really have any validation towards how you feel and how you portray yourself or how you make yourself in society to be. The problem is when other societies out of the black community look at people like Kanye West they look at him as, you know, a figure of the black community. And if they hear people of the black community saying things like that, then they feel like it's okay to say things like that, especially a man like Kanye West, who is propped up high in the black community. Not saying that he does not deserve the prop that he gets, because he has worked for it, but also we need to understand that, you know, this man has sold his soul for this fame. And the way he talks about Trump, it doesn't surprise me if they are in the same, you know, organizations together, like the Freemasonry organization or those sort of things, because that's what happens in this industry. These people sell their soul out to get to those type of levels. When he said about, you know, slavery is a choice, because 400 years and all of us there and none of us do anything or whatever, that's his main argument. And I can understand what he said, especially when you think of what African leaders did and continue to do. Because I'm reading this book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, and it talks about how Europe, you know, underdeveloped Africa, but it also talked about the role Africa had to play in their own underdevelopment, because they were pushed into certain positions where they had no choice but to sell the people into slavery, because Europeans didn't want to trade with them for their natural goods. You know, they would sell their clothes, like they would sell their clothes to Africans, but they wouldn't want Africans to sell their clothes to them. In exchange for the clothes, they would want slaves. So some people were pushed into that predicament. Others, on the other hand, sort of knew what they were getting their people into, but still chose to sell their people into slavery. So I understand what Kanye is saying when he says, you know, he believes that slavery was a choice, that the people did not really want to break out of that bondage. But, you know, none of us will really dare to experience the turmoil that our people went through. But us that, you know, that actually associate ourselves with our ancestors and associate ourselves with the pain of our ancestors, we can, you know, imagine the pain that they went through, and, you know, the condition that they were in, and especially, you know, how white society would do anything to them, like give them any type of punishment for anything that they did. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. They would, you know, kill them if they talk to a white woman. So at the end of the day, like, you kind of blame really the ancestors for not rising up against the society. I also want to add, guys, I am in no way, you know, disrespecting the ancestors for all the hard work that they did to set the path for us, you know, during slavery, all the revolts that did happen, you know, like, example, all the revolts that happened against colonization as well. You know, even like with Ethiopia in the Battle of Adwa, when the Italians were trying to colonize Ethiopia, and the United Nations didn't want to help Ethiopia with any armory, the people still bit them. Well, that was before the United Nations didn't want to help them with any armory. That was way before then. I think that was in the 1800s. And then came, you know, when Emperor Haile Selassie was in power, and the Italians did not want to give them any armory to, not the Italians, sorry, the United Nations didn't want to give them any armory to fight against the Italians. So the Italians occupied Ethiopia for about 4 years, but then the Ethiopians eventually drove them all out. So our people needs to be given much more credit than we are given, okay? And this is where the problem lies. We need to put our attention into giving that credit and not focus on people like that. If we keep focusing on people that say shit like that, then other people gonna continue saying that shit to get that type of attention. But when you take away the attention, then they see no reason for them to say that shit. And even if they continue saying that shit until the year 3000, as long as it does not affect you, it will just go away. We have better things to focus on. We need to focus on the youth. We need to focus on teaching the truth. We need to focus on black economics. We need to build black families. That's what needs to happen. So leave these celebrities alone. They don't care. Leave them alone. It's whatever. Anything. Because when we compare what we do now to what the ancestors did, like in civil rights movements, these people actually wanted to stand up and fight for the community. You check me? And you know, I just want to put a disclaimer. I am from the Caribbean, but I believe that once we share that melanated skin and we share African descent, there's nothing separating me and you from being family. You check me? A thing with Kanye West, it just makes me realize that people just put their hopes too high into these people, okay? They keep showing you that they just want your money, they just want your attention, and I appreciate Kanye for, you know, apologizing to the man after. And but at the end of the day, like the brethren said, what he says affects many people. It may not affect him personally, but it will affect many other people. People who are day by day going through these things, going through these arguments pushed against them, and now white people probably have, you know, the motivation to say these things to black people as well. And funnily too, we find Fox News, you know, jumping on the stories. Every time Kanye West says something, Fox News is all over the place with it. So you see, these people want to advocate for your downfall. And it's so funny, after Kanye West said this, this hashtag started going on Twitter, hashtag if slavery was a choice, and everyone was talking about how what they would do if slavery was a choice. I'm gonna try and also put some screenshots and of what people were saying on Twitter. Okay, so you guys just saw the screenshot. So yeah, it was pretty interesting to see what people have to say. And it's funny how, you know, Black Twitter don't waste no time to drag nobody. I also like to highlight that Kanye is advocating for free thought, which is something that needs to be advocated for more in this, you know, day and age. Many people think that we should just be thinking one way, or, you know, we should just be living by one set of principles, and if you don't follow that set of principles, then you're wrong. People who have become awakened say that the people who are sleeping are just wrong. And I mean, although I believe, you know, that there are certain things that are wrong with a lot of people thinkings, at the end of the day, I am not God, so I can't cast any judgment. And you know, many people don't believe in God. I personally don't believe that there is a man in the sky, but I do believe that there is a higher power, and that higher power will judge you when your soul, you know, has to transcend into the next life. They will determine what you will become in the next life. So if you were good in this life, then you could do good in the next life. And again, we have to ask ourselves, what is good? How do we define good? Everyone has their own definition of good. To me, I just feel like whatever sits right with your soul. The thing that sits right with someone else's soul is not right with your soul. At the end of the day, we just kind of tell a person how to think. You know, 3/4, that's what it is. Everyone has the right to think how they want to think. Just like saying the N-word, you know, we can tell white people to not say the N-word, but if they feel like they want to do it, they will still do it, and it's their prerogative too. We cannot control those kind of things. We can call it hate speech and try to get some money off it, but at the end of the day, if people feel like they want to do it, they will continue doing it. As I said, we just have to focus our energy elsewhere. You know, whatever you thinking, that's what you're manifesting. That's called the law of attraction, and that's a very powerful law. You check me, it's a universal law. The vibrations that you put out there, you get in. And if you haven't seen my video, the law of vibrations, I'm gonna put the link in this description box right here. So go see that to understand more, you know, the universal laws. That one is the law of vibration, it's not the law of attraction, but I will make a video on the law of attraction. So, you know, just don't give these people your energy. That's the basis of it all. At the end of the day, stop putting your hopes in the celebrities. They just looking for themselves. Everybody is looking for themselves in this world. Everyone says that, you know, they want to be for the community, until they actually have to be for the community, and then you see their true colors. And it's good that their true colors are coming up now, so the youth coming up, they could be guided accordingly. But then if you don't guide the youth accordingly, then they're gonna go down an even worse path than we are on right now. Well, I'm not on it because I have awakened myself to my truth, and I keep trying to awake other people to their truth. But our generation in general is heading down a path which will not sustain them in the future or sustain future generations as well. So we need to overcome our differences. As His Imperial Majesty said, Emperor Haile Selassie I, last crowned Emperor of Ethiopia, history teaches us that unity is strength, and cautions us to submerge and overcome our differences, to work together to achieve one goal, which is African brotherhood and unity. Okay, family, don't get your knickers in the twist for Kanye. He's just being Kanye, and just focus on yourself, black people. There are bigger fish to fry. You know, I know it's going to be hard because people are going to try and argue with you about those things, but just keep your mind straight. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm thinking of getting into different content. I might start making cooking videos and other content, but I just want to get a more stable following before I start those content. So, you know, get the message out there, share the video, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I post on there as well. I'm sorry. I try to stay on, you know, issues facing people. I'm a freshman at Midwestern State University at this time, and you know, I just hope to grow, and I just want people to grow with me. You know, I don't want to just keep this message to myself. I want people to understand and, you know, grow. Okay, yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.